Hello students, in this video we will see descriptive type question answers for chapter 3. The chapter name is Synthetic Fibers and Plastics. Class 8, Subject Science, NCERT. So before starting that, let me recall what we had learned in the chapter. So we had seen that fabrics are made from fibers, and these fibers we are getting from natural sources and artificial sources. And then we had seen some of the examples of natural fibers that we are getting from the natural sources, that is plants and animals. So the examples are cotton, silk, jute and wool. Then we had seen how these synthetic fibers are made. So the synthetic fiber is a chain of small units that are joined together, and each small unit is the chemical substance. And all these synthetic fibers are prepared by the chemical processes using petrochemicals, the chemicals which contain petroleums. Then we had seen about the polymer. So the polymer is made of many repeating units. That's why we know it as the polymer. Poly, that means more than one. Then we had seen some of the examples of synthetic fibers. That is rayon and nylon are the synthetic fibers, and rayon was also known as the artificial silk, as its some of the properties are similar to that of the silk. So it is also known as the artificial silk. Then we had seen polyester and acrylic. So these are also synthetic fibers. And then after we had seen about PET, that is polyethylene terephthalate. So it is a very popular form of the polyester, and it is used to make the bottles, utensils, films, that is used by the photographers to take out the photos, then after wires. So these are some of the uses of PET. Then we had seen some properties of synthetic fibers, that this kind of fibers are very strong, durable, that means long lasting, and light in weight. And these fibers are cheaper, that means the price of these fibers are lower as compared to the natural fibers. Then we had seen about the nylon. So nylon was prepared from coal, water and air. So these are the raw material which are required to make the nylon. Then we had seen these uses of the nylon. So nylon is used for making socks, robes, toothbrushes, sleeping bags, parachutes and ropes for rock climbing. Then we had seen about the terylene. So it is the popular polyester, and this polyester is made up of repeating units of chemical which is known as the ester. And terylene is used to make the thin fibers. And the clothes that are made from polyester fibers are easy or convenient to use because they are crease proof, they are wrinkle free, or you can say, and it may be used as the wash and wear cloth. That means it is easy to wash this kind of fibers. Then we had seen that acrylic fiber is look like, or it is similar to the natural fiber wool. And the synthetic fibers are more durable and affordable, which makes them more popular than the natural fibers. Then we had seen about the plastic. So plastic is also a polymer, and it has different two types of arrangement of units in the plastic, and that two types are linear and cross-link arrangement. So then after we had seen the properties of plastic, that plastic is easily moldable, that means you can give any shape to the plastic and it can be recycled. Then we had seen two different types of plastic, that is thermoplastics and thermosetting plastic. So thermoplastic get deformed, or you can say you can change its shape easily on heating. The example of this kind of plastics are polythene and PVC, that means polyvinyl chloride, are the example of thermoplastic. Then we had seen the another type of plastic, there is the thermosetting plastic. So which when we mold this kind of plastic, Once you cannot be change its shape, or it cannot be softened by heating. So it is not recycled, it cannot be recycled, and the example of this kind of plastics are bakelite and melamine, which we are using to make the handles of cooking utensils, then electric switches, etc. Then we had seen the properties of plastic, that is plastic do not react with air, water, so that's why it do not get corrode easily, and they are light, strong and durable. So plastic are used in everyday life because of these properties. But there is the one problem with the disposal of plastic. As it is the major problem because the plastics are non-biodegradable material and it causes environment pollution. So as the responsible citizen, we have to remember 5R principle that we had already seen in the question answer, that is reduce, reuse, recycle, recover and refuse. And we have to develop habits which are environment friendly. So we had seen these things in the chapter. Then after we had seen textbook solution. In extra exercise we had seen MCQs, fill in the blanks, true, false, answer in one word, answer in one sentence, then answer in short, reasons and matching. Now in this video we will start with question answer in detail. So next question, question 9 is answer the following questions in details. So the first question is what is plastic, and draw the diagram of units in plastics and mention the types of plastics and give examples of each. So let me first see what is plastic. So plastic are polymers like synthetic fibers, but they can be molded. So we can mold this plastic, and there are different two types of arrangement in the plastic. So the arrangement of units in plastics, in that first type is linear arrangement. So here it is shown to you linear arrangement in which the units are joined one after the other. They are joined linearly or line in a one line. Here the square box represent the units. So they are joined linearly. So this kind of arrangement is there in the plastic. And the another type is cross-link arrangement, in which each unit is connected to the different 4 unit. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So each unit is connected with other 4 units. So this is the another second type of arrangement in the plastic, that is cross-link arrangement. So now let me see the different types of plastic. So there are 2 types of plastics. In that first one is thermoplastic. So polythene and PVC are the examples of thermoplastic. The another type is thermosetting plastic. So bakelite and melamine are the examples of thermosetting plastic. So here in the first question we had seen what is plastic, the different kinds of arrangement of units in plastics, different types of plastics and the examples of those kind of plastics. So now next question is write the characteristics of synthetic fibers. So the characteristics of synthetic fibers are given to you are as follows. In that first one is they absorb less water and dry up quickly. As we had seen, as compared to the natural fibers, these synthetic fibers absorb less water, and so as a result of that it can dry up easily or quickly. In the shorter time it can dry up as compared to the natural fiber. The next properties are they are durable. That means they are long lasting. They can stay up to long time. They are cheaper. That means their price is low. They are readily available. They are easy to maintain. You can maintain this kind of fibers easily, and they are readily available, and they are strong and light in weight, and they are not attacked by microorganism. So they are not affected by the microorganism like fungus. So these are some of the characteristics of fibers, that is it absorbs less water and that's why they can dry up quickly. They are durable, cheap, readily available, easy to maintain, strong and light, and they are not attacked or affected by the microorganisms. So these are the some of the properties of synthetic fibers. Now next question is, give the properties of plastics. Now what are the properties of plastics? So the properties of plastics are as follows. In that first one is they are chemically inert and they are not corroded. So they are chemically inert, that means they are not easily mixing or they are not easily reacting with the air and water or other substance. So they are not corroded. You will not find that like the another metals, as you find that iron got corroded, or you will find the junk over the iron. So you will not find this kind of junk over the plastic. It will not corroded. The next is they are very light, strong and durable. They are light in weight, they are strong and durable, that means long lasting. Next is they can be molded into different shapes and sizes. You can give any shape and you can keep any size of the plastic. So this is the also property of plastic. The next is they are available in a variety of colors. In all the colors the plastics are available. So it is also another property, or you can say advantage of plastic. The next is they are cheaper than the metal. Their price is lower as compared to the metal. And last one is they are very light, so plastic container seems most convenient or most easier to store the food items. So plastic containers are very light in weight, so they are easy, or people are using this kind of container to store the food items. So these are the some properties of plastic, that plastics are chemically inert or they are not easily reacting with the other substance like air and water, so that's why they are not corroded. They are light, strong and durable. They can be molded into different shapes and size, and they are available in the variety of colors. They are cheaper, their price is lower as compared to metals. So this is why it is convenient to use plastics over the metal. So from this, now next question is that explain in the modern era, or you can say modern time, metal is replaced by plastic or plastic replaced the metal. We are using plastic over the metal. Why? So you have to give the reason. So compared to metal, plastic have many advantages. So let me see the advantages of plastic. So metal is replaced by the plastic. So first advantage of plastic over the metal is plastics are chemically inert, so we can store food easily. They are not corroded. So plastic are not chemically inert, or you can say they are not chemically react with other substance like food items, air and water. So we can store food in the plastic containers easily and they will not corrode. So this is the advantage of plastic over the metal. Next advantage is they are cheaper than the metal. Their price is lower than the metal, as we had seen. The next is plastic containers seems most convenient. This is because of they are light in weight. As if you compare the weight of the plastic container and metal container, which is made up of iron or aluminium, you will find that the weight of the plastic container is lower or less as compared to the weight of the iron or aluminium container. So they are light in weight, so it is easier to use this kind of containers. The next is plastic articles, or you can say plastic items are available in the different colors. So it will attract the people or everyone's eye. So this is why we are using plastic. Then next advantage is they are easily moldable, that is can be shaped in any form. You can give the any shape to the plastic. So we are using the plastic. And last advantage is plastic can be recycled, reused, colored, melted, rolled into sheet or made into wires. You can recycle or you can use plastic again and you can again color them, you can melt them, you can roll them into a thin sheets, or you can made wire from the plastic. So this, because of this all property, plastic has the advantage and wide or variety of use in different items. So these are the some of the advantages of plastic over the metal. So in the modern era, the metal is replaced by the plastic. Because of these advantages, metal is replaced by the plastics. And these advantages are that plastic are chemically inert, they are cheaper, they are light in weight, they are available in the different colors, they are easily moldable, and they can be recycled, reused, colored, melted, rolled, and we can make wire from the plastic. So these are the advantages of plastic. Now next question is question 6. What can you do to reduce the use of plastic? So the following things are to be kept in mind to reduce the use of plastics. We can follow these things to reduce the use of plastic. In that first one is, whenever going to market to purchase some things, we must carry a cloth bag instead of plastic bag with us. We have to carry the cloth bag and we can use that cloth bag again and again. So we have to use the cloth bag to reduce the use of plastic. Next is, if anything made of plastic gets damaged and it is repairable, then instead of buying a new one, we must get the old repaired. If something is broke or damaged which is made up of plastic, and you can repair that item, or you can again use that item, then you have to repair that item, and instead of buying new item, you have to repair that item and you can use that item again. So we have to do this to reduce the use of plastic. Next is, instead of throwing away plastic things, we must sell it to the junk vendors so that it can be recycled again and can be reused. Instead of throwing these plastic things into the dustbin, we should collect these kind of things and we can sell this item to the junk vendors. So in that way, we can also buy money and this plastic can be recycled. The junk vendors will sell to the factories, and in the factories it will be recycled again and we can use this kind of plastic again. So we have to follow these three things to reduce the use of plastic. That first one is, we have to carry the cloth bag with us while going for the shopping. Then after, if the plastic item get damaged, then we have to repair that item instead of buying the new one. And then third one is, we have to recycle and reuse the plastic objects. So now next question is, write the disadvantages of plastics. Plastic has this many of advantages. So now what is the disadvantages of plastic? So the first and most important disadvantage is, plastics are non-biodegradable. That means it will not decompose same like the other objects, like rotten fruits, then after paper. So like those items, it will not decompose by the microorganism, so it will cause many harm to the environment. So plastic cause environmental pollution as it takes several years to decompose. It takes many years, around 1000 years to get decomposed, so it will cause the environment pollution. The next is, the food items, water and other liquids stored in the plastic containers are harmful for the human health. As we are listening or heard that the hot food items which is stored in the plastic containers, that will harm to our health. So it is harmful that we are storing food items, water or liquid in the plastic containers. The next is, when the plastic waste materials are burnt, they burn very slow and they do not get completely burnt. If we are thinking about the plastic, that we will burn this to decompose that or to dispose the plastic, so this burning process of plastic is very slow, and however it will not completely burnt. The next is in the burning process, they releases lots of poisonous fumes or poisonous smoke into the atmosphere, and as a result which causes air pollution. So these are the some of the disadvantages of plastic, that it is non-biodegradable material, it causes environment pollution as it takes several years to decompose. Then after, these food items or water or you can say liquid that are stored in the plastic containers that are harmful to us or to human health. Then next is when the plastic waste material, if we are thinking about the plastic waste, we will burn the plastic waste, then the process of burning of plastic is very slow, and however after this process it will not completely burn, and in the burning process it also releases poisonous gases into the atmosphere which leads to the air pollution. So these are the disadvantages of plastics. Next question, that is write an activity to show that synthetic fibers are stronger than the cotton fibers. In this activity we have to show that synthetic fibers are stronger than the cotton fibers, or you can say natural fibers. So the activity is given to you here. We had already seen this activity in the explanation of the chapter. So for that activity what you have to do, take a thread of cotton and nylon, or you can say synthetic fibers of about same length and same thickness. The length and thickness should be the same for these two threads, that is cotton and nylon thread. Now hang the cotton first, take the cotton thread and hang that cotton thread from a stand and attach a pan at the other end of the thread, as here it is shown to you in the picture. This is stand and this one is cotton thread. Now hang this thread onto the clamp on the one end, and the another hand hang the pan or tie the pan. Now add weights one by one to the pan until the thread breaks. Here you can see we are adding the weights, so you have to add weights until the cotton thread break. So now not the total weight which is required to break the cotton thread, at what weight the cotton thread breaks. So that observation we have to note in the book. So this gives the measure of the tensile, or you can say the elasticity strength of the thread, and we have to repeat the same activity with the nylon thread. So after completing this activity with the cotton thread and nylon thread, you will find the observation like this. So here first we will see this activity arrangement for this. So here iron stand is there, clamp is there, we are hanging this thread one by one, that is cotton thread and nylon thread with the clamp, and on the another hand we are hanging the pan, and in the pan we are adding the weights, and we have to note the weights, at what weight the thread breaks down. So after this activity we will see this conclusion that much more weight is required to break the nylon thread, which shows that the nylon thread has the greater strength than the cotton thread. We will find that nylon thread will take the more weight, or it can sustain more weight as compared to the cotton thread. So that we can see that nylon thread or artificial fibers have the more strength as compared to the natural fibers, that is cotton fiber or cotton thread. So here our chapter gets over. In the next video we will start with the another chapter. Here this exercise or detailed question answer, till this detailed question answer you have to write all the exercise, or you have to complete your notebook with all the exercise, and you will find this exercise in your study material. Thank you.